Attention passionate Atlanta, Falcons fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the NFC South and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Atlanta Falcons' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Atlanta Falcons fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your FRINDS and Atlanta, FALCONS, FANS. Let's get to the news now. Folks, buckle up, because what's happening right now with the Falcons is nothing short of a game changer. We've got some fresh intel that could really shake up the NFC South and give Atlanta a serious boost moving forward. It all started with the Raiders, a team that's been in a bit of a rebuild after trading away Davante Adams. They're sitting at 1-4, trying to figure out their identity, and part of that process has involved some tough decisions. One of those decisions was trading Jacoby Meyers to Atlanta. That's right, Meyers, the talented wide receiver from Vegas, is now a Falcon. And the deal, just a third-round pick in 2026. It might seem like a small price, but the impact could be massive. The Raiders, as we all know, are in a bit of a mess right now. They're trying to rebuild their offensive line, which has been a problem all season. They've allowed 29 sacks so far, and their offense is sputtering, averaging only 27 points per game. They're trying to clear cap space, and by moving Meyers, they've relieved about $7 million in cap. That's a lot of money freed up to potentially rebuild that offensive line or bolster other positions. But the question is, why give up on Meyers now? Well, the Raiders are in a bit of a precarious position when it comes to the playoffs. Their odds are around plus 120,000 to make the AFC West, which is pretty bleak. They're not exactly contenders at the moment, and this trade signals a focus on the future, on clearing space and developing younger players. Now Meyers, undrafted out of NC State, is one of those guys who's quietly been making a name for himself. He's not a flashy star, but he's reliable, consistent, and has the potential to be a true weapon. In 2024, he's projected to rack up over 800 yards, putting him in the top 30 wide receivers in the league. He's already scored 6 touchdowns, averaging 5 yards per reception, which puts him just outside the top 45 in YAC yards after catch. But what really stands out is his efficiency metrics. His EPA per target is plus 0.16, ranking him in the top 25, and his PFF grade is solid at 81. 3, ranking around 18th among receivers. And if you look at his career, Meyers has accumulated around 900 yards and 20 touchdowns, with a catch rate of 65%. Sure, he's had some injuries, like that shoulder injury in 2025, which limited him to just one game, but overall, he's shown durability and reliability. One thing that really makes Meyers intriguing is his route running, especially in the slot. He's comparable to Julian Edelman at his peak, with top 12 slot separation, averaging around 2.5 yards of separation. That ability to create space is crucial, especially in today's NFL where quick, precise passing is king. He's also a guy who can boost a quarterback's QBR, adding about plus 10 over his career. And his recent performance against the Broncos, with 8 catches for 105 yards and a plus 0.20 EPA per target, shows he can step up in big moments. So what does this mean for the Falcons? Well, adding Meyers to their roster is a significant upgrade in their passing game. The Falcons are currently sitting at 2-2, with an offense that's been inconsistent at times. Their aerial attack, which features Drake London, has room to grow. With Meyers, they're getting a proven, dependable target who can help elevate the passing game. The projection for Atlanta now is around 850 yards and 6 touchdowns from Meyers this season, which would be a big boost. His presence is expected to raise their passing yards per game from roughly 210 to about 250. That's a 15% increase in EPA per pass, especially when paired with a quarterback like Kirk Cousins, who's been solid this season with over 350 passing yards and 9 touchdowns against 4 interceptions in 2025. And let's talk about the matchup potential. Meyers, alongside Drake London, who's already had an early season with 320 yards, creates a dynamic duo. And if you add in the fact that Atlanta is averaging about 13 explosive plays per game, the offense gets even more dangerous. PFF's offensive grade for the Falcons has been around 79.4, but could rise to about 85 with Meyers in the mix. That would make Atlanta's aerial attack not only more consistent, but also more explosive, pushing them into the top 15 pass offenses in the league, up from their current ranking of 23rd. And this is even more critical because their defense, which has been surprisingly solid, allowing around 20 points per game, can now rely on a more potent offense to control the clock and keep opposing offenses off the field. Now, the big picture here is the impact on the NFC South and the NFL landscape overall. The odds for the Super Bowl, which were at plus 6,000 just a few weeks ago, are now trending downward, closer to plus 3,000. The NFC is becoming more competitive, and the Falcons' chances of making a deep playoff run are looking better. Meyers, as an X factor, especially in the playoffs, could be the difference maker in tight games, particularly in domes, where he can exploit mismatches in coverage. His red zone efficiency is expected to improve by about 20% against man coverage, which is critical in those high-stakes moments. In essence, this trade is more than just a move for the Falcons. It's a statement. It's a signal that Atlanta is serious about contending, about pushing deeper into the playoffs, and maybe even making a splash in the Super Bowl conversation. It echoes some of the bold moves made back in 2016, when the Falcons rose to prominence and reached the ultimate stage. Meyers in that vibrant red jersey could be the piece that cements their status as contenders and helps them take that next step. Meanwhile, the Raiders seem to be heading toward a more uncertain future, trying to rebuild with cap space but without a clear direction. So for Atlanta fans, this is exciting news. It's a move that could redefine their season, a boost that might elevate their offense to new heights. Meyers isn't just a filler. He's a proven playmaker who can help turn close games into wins, and his chemistry with Cousins or whoever is under center will be key. The NFC South is wide open, and with this addition, the Falcons are positioning themselves as serious contenders. We're talking about a team that could, with the right health and execution, challenge the top dogs in the NFC. And now, Atlanta Falcons fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this? Do you think Meyers will be the missing piece for the Falcons? Are you excited about the potential upgrade in their passing game? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the Atlanta Falcons. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, so stay tuned for the latest Atlanta Falcons news. Keep the passion alive, and let's see how this new chapter unfolds for our team. Thanks for sticking around, and as always, go Falcons.